Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Li Lao. Today we are going to talk about the last emperor of China. A movie might come to your mind right away, the famous Oscar award-winning The Last Emperor of China, directed by Territorial in 1987. You should be deeply touched by the tragic life of Pu Yi, the last emperor of China. But in fact, Pu Yi was not a Chinese. All emperors of the Qing dynasty were descendants of the Manchu people, a nomadic people originating from present-day Northeast China and Russian Far East. Linguistically speaking, they had nothing to do with the Chinese-speaking people living in Yellow River and Yangtze River area. The Chinese language was from Sino-Tibetan family, while Manchu language is a Tungusic language. If you have a chance to test their DNA, Manchu people would probably be closer to American Indians than to Chinese. Throughout the history, China was ruled by non-Chinese a few times. The Chinese dynasties can be divided into two types: dynasties of the Han Chinese rulers and non-Chinese rulers. Most non-Chinese rulers would gradually be Sinicized, or we say assimilated by Chinese culture at the end. Some even disappear as a people. The emperors of the Sui and Tang were half Chinese, but they had already been Sinicized before they took power. The only exceptions are Liao, Qin, and Yuan. It is easy to understand the cases of Qin and Liao because they only controlled part of China in a short period. Yuan dynasty was founded by Kublai, Genghis Khan's grandson, in 1271. They conquered the whole China proper. The Mongolian rulers were hardly Sinicized, also because they ruled China proper only 99 years. They were then overthrown by Chinese revolts and completely retreated back to Mongolian homeland as a whole. Sinicized or not, non-Chinese rulers were still very different from Han Chinese rulers, with very strong northern people's character. The Han Chinese rulers built Great Wall. Chinese rulers have no interest in ruling non-Chinese people. They had no territorial ambition beyond Chinese living area or farming area. The Great Wall was always built along the divide between nomadic area and agricultural area. They focus on the so-called China proper, where only Chinese-speaking people live there. Non-Chinese rulers never built Great Wall because they consider both sides of the Great Wall their territories. They have no any idea of the limit of their territory. The more, the better. Under non-Chinese rulers, the empire was much open to other cultures and influences. The society was multi-ethnic and multicultural. Buddhism flourished in Tang Dynasty, and Islam was introduced into China. Many foreigners from West Asia, Central Asia, India, Korea, and Japan lived permanently in Chang'an, the capital city of Tang Dynasty. They study, did business, and even served as government officials for the Tang emperors. The Yuan dynasty was even more open. They maintained very strong political, economic, and cultural relations with different peoples across the Eurasian continent. It is called Pax Mongolica, which facilitated trade, travel, and cultural exchanges. During the Qing dynasty, the Manchu emperors supported Tibetan Buddhism, and most of them were even devout believers. They honored Dalai Lama as teacher. That is the reason why they could easily annex Tibet peacefully. The Chinese rulers more emphasized on Chinese traditional culture and resisted foreign influences. They always kept traditional ideologies like Confucianism or Taoism as official doctrines. The Manchu Empire was created by their great leader Nurhaci in 1616. He unified all Manchu tribes and began his conquering ambition. After his death, his successors continued the conquest. They allied with neighboring Mongolian tribes and formed the invincible Eight-Banner Army. They took advantage of the chaos and turmoil in Ming China and captured Beijing in 1644. They further conquered other neighbors like Mongolia and Xinjiang and annexed Tibet. Qing dynasty formed a territorial base for modern China and turned China into a multi-ethnic country. The Qing nobles gradually Sinicized and adopted Chinese culture. The emperors in later periods spoke only Chinese in their court, and all official documents were only in Chinese. After the fall of the Qing dynasty in 1912, Manchu people became one of the 56 ethnic minorities in modern China. They even changed their names in Chinese form. They have already lost most of their ethnic identity. It is said that only about 100 people can still speak the Manchu language. They are all seniors living in a small village in Liaoning province. Thank you for watching. See you next time.